Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, it's friendly vibes. Your soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right. Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial. Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, it's friendly vibes. Your soul medicine will give you life. You're a warrior, let's get this right. Warrior Line, Soul Tribe, Assemblies Live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial.
Hello, this is Warrior Line Podcast, and I'm Aaron Williams. And we're going to continue the series the cruise readings that I was doing. I did the first one on Magician's Nephew. I did one on the message, just thoughts. This is the thoughts on a second part of the Magician Nephew, and I call this Darkness. Man, when I read this scene, it was so powerful. And by the way, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to build my way. I'm starting from scratch. I'm at about 35 subscriptions. Please, if you wouldn't mind subscribing and hit the notification bell so you get notifications when I post download a video. It's Warrior Line. Please subscribe to the channel. I do I do book reviews, I do thoughts, I do political commentary, all types of commentary, life commentary, soul care. We're a Soul Tribe Assembly, and so we're building here, and I thank you for your liking and subscribing. Magician Nephew, I did my first thoughts, and I talked about ringing the bell, and this for me was darkness. And it was so, again, The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis, classic Narnia series, Chronicles of Narnia series, and I'm doing The Magician's Nephew, my second thoughts on The Magician's Nephew, and I call this one Darkness. And I'm going to read from the passage so you can really capture what's going on. So Dory and Polly, they have the rings. If you haven't read the books, they have the rings and they get to these different places. There was a big fight that broke out, and so they was trying to get to the ring so they can get out of the fight at the lamppost. And they went to this place. And listen to the description of this place. This is page 104 of The Magician's Nephew. It says, there was a short pause. Then Polly said, aren't we ought to be nearly there now, or going traveling to another place in time? We do seem to be somewhere, said Dory. At least I'm standing on something solid. Why so am I, now that I come to think of it, said Polly. But why is it so dark? I say, I do not think we got into the wrong pool. Perhaps this is Sharon, said Diggory, only we've got back in the middle of the night. This is not Charn, came the witch voice. This is an empty world. This is nothing. And really it was uncommonly idle. Nothing, like nothing. There was no stars. It was so dark that they couldn't even see one another at all, and it made no difference whether you kept your eyes shut or open. Under their feet there was cool, flat something which might have been earth, and was certainly not grass or wood. The air was cold and dry, and there was no wind. My doom has come upon me, said the witch, in a voice horrible calmness. It was so dark that they couldn't even see. It made no difference whether your eyes were open or closed. It made a difference. They couldn't even see each other. They couldn't even see their hands before their face. That's dark. And I think about the hour that we live in. I think about the darkness that's coming, the darkness that's here, the darkness of our country right now, coming up on this coronation on January 20th. It's really a dark times, but if you continue reading, somebody starts singing, and then all of a sudden, stars came in the sky. It's in the darkness that light matters the most. And what I'm telling you today is there is stars. There are stars, and the star is us. The flicker of hope is us. The flicker of hope in this country come. And so then the cabbie in the darkness, he started singing a hymn. He started singing a hymn of thanksgiving about a harvest and how the harvest comes in, and it reminded them, it reminded people that even in darkness, you got to still be thankful, because we got to be thankful that there is light, thankful that we can do something about it, thankful that we're not hopeless, even when we can't see our hand before our face, even when we can't see each other. We have to realize and always acknowledge there is lights in this world. There is light. All we got to look up and start seeing and start. And when you start singing, it's something about singing. It's something anybody can sing in a good time, but it's in the darkness that singing matters the most. It's in the midnight hour that singing matters the most. And in this midnight hour, in this new world, they started singing, and they and everybody didn't join in, but it was just so good that in the darkness they started singing, and then once they start singing, somebody else starts singing, and a voice began to sing. A voice that was so beautiful they can barely stand it. We're gonna still sing. In this darkness, we're gonna still sing. We're not gonna sit in the corner. We're not gonna sit in hopelessness because we're in darkness. Darkness is here, but light always overcome the darkness. We have to be lights in this moment. Our feet are planted. They said when they got there, we can't see anything, but our feet are planted on something. Our feet are planted on each other. Our feet are planted on Soul Tribe. Our feet are planting on our ancestors that through all the darkness, particularly my ancestors, all the darkness they went through, it was something within their soul that could not be. The light of their soul could not be hidden. Our lights cannot be hidden unless we're allowed to be. It doesn't matter how dark the train is, how dark the night is. Daylight is coming. We are the stars. You cannot put out my light. We will not fear. We don't walk in fear. We don't walk in giving up. We don't walk in despair. We don't walk in a loser's mentality. We are the lights, and you cannot put out our lights. No position, no office, no nothing can stop the light of the world unless we're allowed to put out. It doesn't matter how dark it is. Light will shine. All we gotta do is start singing, singing for our future, singing for our children, singing for our tomorrow, singing for our country, singing for our lives. We're not gonna stop singing, even in the midnight hour. That's when singing matters the most. So my thoughts on this, when I was on that cruise, I read this. I'm like, wow, this is fire, because when darkness come in my personal life, when darkness come in your personal life, get around some people that will start singing with you. Get around some people that will lift you up. Get around some lights. Get around some hope. Get around some joy. Get around some people that no matter what the circumstances, no matter how dark, even when you can't see each other, start singing. And we must start singing. We must start singing. We cannot start singing. And on January 20th, I'm not gonna watch that mess, but I'm gonna be singing, because I know the darkness will not win. I know from which I come from, the pain of slavery, the pain of Jim Crow. They kept on singing, and they said, we're not gonna let nothing turn us around. And Soul Tribe, I tell you, we must keep on singing. This book, this nephew, this part really got me saying, you know what? I can sing in the daylight. I can sing when I get to the new house. I can sing in the dark time, but can I sing in the midnight? Can I be like the cabbie and sing a song of thanksgiving even when I don't feel thankful, even though it don't look thankful? Can we sing a song of thanksgiving because we're light? Because our joy is the light that we never, ever lose, no matter what the situation. So it's dark, but that's okay. So Tribe, we are the light. And I tell you, for your mental health, for your life, for your soul, always understand. Look in that mirror and say, you know what? I know who I am. And I am somebody. And this light then I have this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Magician Nephew, this really touched me. Darkness, but light always overcome darkness. And the light matters most in the darkest of times.
Warrior line, soul tribe, assemblies live, so come subscribe. Your soul's in trial, or simply tied. Your soul medicine, it gets revived. The warrior line, soul tribe, assemblies live, it's friendly.